Let's start. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for being here this afternoon. Today, we are pleased to welcome Claudia Valenzuela, a very special guest for career loans. Claudia Valenzuela is a financial counselor with more than 20 years of experience. And today, she will be sharing with us information about career loans. I ask to all of our participants give your full attention to the presentation and please mute your microphones and turn off your camera. So if you have questions, please feel free to use the chat feature. At the end, Claudia is gonna answer all your questions. And thank you everybody and welcome Claudia.
Thank you so much, Monica. Appreciate it and welcome everyone. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation. I hope that you're going to find the information very useful. So I'm going to talk about our virtual program called Career Loans. So Career Loans is funded by the Government of Canada and is coordinated by the Center of Education and Training, and the financial institution that we partner with is HSBC. So I'm gonna, first of all, share with you a little video that you will enjoy.
Are you a permanent resident, convention refugee, or Canadian citizen residing in Alberta or Saskatchewan? Are you an internationally trained individual in a regulated or non-regulated occupation? If you are not finding a job in your field, need career counseling, are unable to secure funds for training, or have been declined for traditional loans, then Career Loans can help. Career Loans is a virtual program that has partnered with HSBC Canada to provide financial counseling, career counseling, loans of up to $15,000, referrals to employment services, alternative career advice, and a guide to the accreditation process. Our expert counselors will coach you on your career goals and enable you to reach your full potential. If you would like to apply for a loan, our counselors will refer you to our financial partner, HSBC Canada. After assessing your financial situation, if you are eligible, your loan will get approved. You then have up to 4 years to pay off your loan at an affordable, locked-in interest rate. This way, you don't have to worry about increasing interest rates or being buried under rising debt. Throughout the process, our expert counselors will be available to guide, mentor, and ensure you are on the right path to achieving your career goals.
Okay, so as you watch the video, I'm gonna give you the main highlights of the content, and so you will remember key points of this program. So this program is a virtual service, and many of you have asked me in the past if we have a place in one of the cities in Saskatoon or Regina. We do it virtually, and the reason why is because we want to reach out to everywhere in Saskatchewan as well as in Alberta. So we provide services for those provinces, and we provide free career support services and assistance with a microloan application. And for those international trained professionals that are interested in returning to the career of choice, or if you are thinking in alternative related careers as well, this program is for you. Who's eligible? So it would be international trained professionals that come from regulated or non-regulated occupations and trades. So to get the full list of regulated and non-regulated occupations, you can go to the site of the City of Saskatchewan website. It's a very good one that gives you the full list of all that. But just to illustrate a few examples, what is a regulated profession? Teachers, engineers, architects, doctors, nurses. Non-regulated could be somebody that is in business, in marketing, and HR. So just to illustrate a few examples. As mentioned, again, is for the province of Saskatchewan and Alberta, and you're required to be a permanent resident, Canadian citizen, or conventional refugee. And also have a workable level of language. Depending on the type of profession that you are aiming to go, if it's, for instance, engineer or for nurses or for doctors, you may have a specific assessment within your profession through the regulatory body. So some of the great features that we have is that we provide free career and financial counseling. And the program also offers a low interest microloan up to $15,000, and the minimum would be $1,500. Also, we provide referrals to employment services, guidance through the accreditation process. We provide you almost like a career map, and also alternative careers, because many of you realize that maybe if you have a lot of experience in nursing, but going through the whole process here is quite expensive and it will take you a long time. Depending on your specific situation, you might decide to take an alternative career. So that's something that you can discuss it with us. So the first stage is having a virtual session that could be done via phone or Zoom or Skype, whichever way you prefer. So it's about 35 to 40 minutes counseling session where we determine what could be your career path and your next steps. It's very important that you share with us what you have done in your countries of origin, because that is important. It's quite valid, and from there we can guide you and assist you what could be next for you. Also, we provide you with local service providers if you need a specific guidance, for instance, in improving your communication skills, or maybe you need for the time being to find a survival job and you need to tailor your resume in a different way. So the contacts that we have and we provide you are very good. So then rest assured that these service providers are trustworthy. We also provide personalized referrals based on your situation. So if you have an HR background, for instance, so we provide you with referrals, resources, information related to HR. Now, if you decide, yes, this is what I'm looking for, I want to continue maybe with HR, so then you realize that completing a certification in human resources is what you want to continue. So then you express interest in the microloan. We'll explain you what the microloan is all about, and then we'll help you with the whole application process. So the microloan is provided by our partners of HSBC, and it's up to $15,000, as I mentioned. The low interest rate right now that HSBC or all the banking institutions have is the prime plus 2%, right? So right now in total would be 4.45. It changes, it fluctuates, and that's why this program is so great for international trained professionals, because the interest is locked for the time that you decide to choose the loan. So could be a year, 2 years, 3 years, up to 4 years, as the video mentioned, and the interest rate remains the same. So it's a great, great opportunity for you. And the loan repayments, as it says, is for 4 years maximum. Some of the eligible expenses that you can take under consideration is, most of you might need credential assessment, right? Because you need to evaluate the equivalency of what you have done in your country compared to the Canadian equivalency of education. You have to start with that. If it's through a regulatory body, the regulatory body will explain you what is needed, because they might be more specific. Accreditation process, exam fees, training that is required, additional courses that you may require to do either at college or university. The programs could be up to 2 years, no more than 2 years, because this program is aimed to help you fast tracking the expertise and the work experience that you bring from other countries. And also the licensure fees is important that you can cover those. Most of the regulated professions and even non-regulated are associated to professional organizations or associations, and you require to pay membership. So we cover those expenses as well. Union fees as well. If you are in a trade, for instance, if you want to become a plumber or carpenter or construction journeyman, so then you have to pay union fees. You have to pay for tools, for instrumentation if you're a nurse or a doctor. So all these things can be covered. But again, it's something that will guide you because every case is very unique. So to contact us, please send us an email at info@careerloans.ca. Our website is www.careerloans.ca. If you are in Alberta, or you have people that you know live in Alberta, or you are planning to move to Alberta, so you can connect with my colleague Rodica Barbu at 1-888-928-1166 or 403-542-0812. And you can also send her an email at info.ab, which is Alberta, @careerloans.ca. And for me in Saskatchewan, I am the point contact in Saskatchewan would be 1-888-558-0282. And the number that you can reach me at is 306-491-2985. Or you can send me an email at info.sk@careerloans.ca. And you can follow us in Facebook, in LinkedIn, in Instagram, in Twitter. We have a lot of good stuff happening, and it's very, very useful for anyone that is interested in moving ahead and advancing careers in Canada. Okay, so I move back to
Claudia, I have a kind of a question. Can you please give us an example that how could the career loans might help us?
How career loans can help you, depending on what type of, for instance, if it's to illustrate an example, that's what you mean?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I have an example, for instance, of a doctor. I have lots of doctors actually, and doctors are coming at different stages. Many of them have a lot of experience. Maybe some of them have done certain parts of the process. So whatever they might need. For instance, the doctor that I have right now, he already completed 1 year of the designation process, but now he ran out of money, and then he decided to apply for a loan because he requires to go into stage 2 to take his exams and to buy books and then to prepare for that. So at the same time, he requires to do some type of practice, so that is included also in this program. So he's moving very successfully ahead through the process. And I constantly check with him and see how things are going. When the client moves into the financial institution will take care of the finances part, and the decision is done by the financial institution as well. So it's a good example that I have for a doctor. I have also a lawyer. I have lawyers, nurses, engineers. Who else I have? I have 2 people in trades. So I have a variety really. So just to illustrate those examples, I have another lady that is a lawyer, and she wants to go through the accreditation process only. So that's okay as well, whatever you choose to, but remember, minimum 1,500, maximum up to 15,000.
Oh, okay. So for example, if somebody back home was a nurse and continue as a nurse here in Canada, also that helps. I mean, microloans and junk loans will help.
Absolutely, that's what this program is all about. Exactly that, because the eligibility criteria, you have to have experience from outside of Canada, number one, right? How much time or years doesn't matter, but you have to have that education and experience outside of Canada. And from there, you assess. That's why you require the credential assessment, the accreditation process to understand where to start from the time that you come into Canada, right? So that's what is useful to have a talk with a career advisor myself and have an idea, okay, where should I start? Oh, my career is a regulated profession because I am a nurse. So I have to go to the regulated body for nurses in Saskatchewan, which is different than other provinces, right? And from that point on, so then you decide what could be good for you. And then if you decide, for instance, no, right now I just need the advice from Claudia and have an idea where to move ahead, that's okay too. But most of times, the benefit of this program, again, is to realize, okay, I need to complete 2 courses to move to the next stage of taking my exams, or my communication skills need to improve. So in 6 months, I will be ready for that, plus my accreditation. So then you apply for that part. And then if later on, you complete that and then you need additional assistance, we are also available for that. But of course, you have to pay first the first loan and then move into the second one. But it's a great program. And remember that the interest is locked, which you don't have in any other program. So up to 4 years is locked. However, if you are taking a loan, for instance, for only $2,000, of course, the time would be less. The financial institution won't give you the full amount of 4 years, will give you probably 2 years to pay for that. But still, the interest rate will be locked. And I give you a lot of tools, a lot of support, that you have an idea how to prepare yourself. That's my role, to ensure that I will prepare you with the proper documentation, but you also have to provide, of course, the main elements, or the client has to provide the main elements. And also, one thing that is very, very important, the credit score is one of those things that make sure that whatever you're doing, you pay your bills on time. That's number one. Because if you forget 1 or 2, you know, you're going to have some issues with that, and it will show in the credit score. But other than that, it is very, very good for the purpose of moving ahead in your career.
Okay, that sounds very interesting, Claudia? So I was thinking, what if the nurse decides to pursue another career here in Canada? Also, career loans will help? Or
Absolutely.
yes? Okay.
Good question, Monica, because the government is interested, the government of Saskatchewan is interested in integrating you into the workforce. When I say you, is all clients, international trained professionals.
Yes, yes.
Integrated successfully into the workforce. It is challenging. The process is challenging at the beginning, and it will take time. So mentally, you have to be strong enough to pursue with all the motivation and persistence throughout the process, and it can be done. I know people that have been able to do it, doesn't matter what. Some other people, like you said, decided, Claudia, right now I don't think so that is feasible for me, because I have 3 kids to support, and it's very difficult in terms of a schedule and for me for studying. So I might take an alternate career. So then that's when you have to have a discussion with your counselor as well, right? And then we'll see what type of skill set and expertise you bring from your country. Check your resume, assess what are the possible things or venues that you are interested on, because it depends, it's on you, not on me and counselor telling you what to do. It comes from you and say, hey, Claudia, I like to see patients. I like to do presentations. I really like to train people in health and safety. So then with those elements, we can see what options are out there and what programs are out there. And we also have the connections with the colleges and universities for that purpose. So, yeah.
Oh, wow, That's so nice, eh? Yes, that's also a plus for career loans.
Absolutely,
Oh,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
actually, a lot of people, to be honest with you, especially when you are in regulated professions, that is very challenging for nurses, for teachers, for engineers.
yes,
You know, the reality is that is very, very challenging. Of course, it's not easy for anybody, but I mean, again, it's doable, it's possible, and people are moving ahead. But you have to start thinking would be a year, 2 years while I move ahead in my career, while I study. Those considerations also are very, very important and good discussions that you have to have with your counselor, because it won't be realistic for you to work 48 hours and not time for studying, and then when the time comes for you to take the exam, you are exhausted and you wasted your money and you didn't go on your exam. So that's not the purpose either. So we have to discuss what are the possible options, what plans might be in place for each of you. Some people decide only to take jobs on the weekend. Some people decide to take jobs part-time. Some people got jobs full-time, but the husband can help out or the wife can help out. So depends.
yeah, that's true. Oh, okay, Claudia. And I have a question. What is the difference between career loans and a regular, like let's say TD or RBC? What is the difference?
It's a very good question, Monica. Thank you for that, because I had that from my clients as well right away. And sometimes when I'm trying to connect with new clients, they go, "I'm not interested in loans, Claudia." And I said, "Okay, let me explain you first what this program is all about, please, because the purpose of this program is to prepare the individual. So it's divided in two sections. That's the key difference. We provide the extensive career advice. Extensive in the sense, okay, let me clarify, not that I'm going to spend hours and hours with you. No, it's to give you an in-depth career path based on my experience and based on the conversation that I'm having with you, based on
Yes,
your situation. So I will assess and determine, I would suggest to do A, B, C, D. Comes with experience, right?
yes,
Um, and then if the person decides to move ahead with the loan, and so then I will provide you also with the advice to say, hey, how's your career, your credit score? Have you been able to pay things on time? Some people say, hey, Claudia, you know what? Right now I have a mortgage to pay, so I would definitely say, no, this is not a good time right now to jump into a loan because your mortgage is priority. So those are the type of advices that I will be able to provide depending on each individual. And a loan, in a financial institution, you will go straight forward to the financial institution and you will ask for a loan and that's it. But through us, you come first through career loans through me. I prepare you, I groom you, I also present you in the best possible way to the financial advisor. So the financial advisor trusts what I'm saying and the information that I provide, because I have to prepare a lot of documentation along with the client. That's what the client has to complete the registration. There is a process, the registration, a learning plan that needs to be completed, an assessment on the financial situation, and then some research that requires to be done. One thing that you have to keep in mind that would be useful for everyone to know is to assess if the program that you are deciding to take is going to have a good outlook, a good future, is showing in a positive way for your forecast in the next 3 or 5 years. Meaning, is this profession available in 3 or 5 years from now? At this time, the certification that I'm taking is going to be useful for me once I finish my certification to find employment. Let me check how many jobs are available right now. Because sometimes, let's say, I'm just going to give you a crazy example, but somebody that wants to go in fine arts, and then you go and check what positions are available in fine arts. There are not too many in Saskatchewan, right? So absolutely won't make sense, and the government will see, well, what is the point of moving this person from a career that they had before into arts when there are no job opportunities in Saskatchewan? Okay, so you have to keep in mind that you have to also do your research as client. I will provide you with the resources. I will give you homework because I like you to put your hands on into the process and learn what are the requirements and how feasible is for you to do this type of training.
Okay, so I think we have somebody raise their hand if somebody wants to do some question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I guess let's check here the chat. Okay, we have a question here. Can residents in Ontario eligible to apply?
Okay, so residents of Ontario are not eligible to apply. However, we have a program in Ontario. Our program is virtual program, but we are technically located in Ontario. But because we provide the virtual services, I am the one responsible for Saskatchewan only, okay? So in Ontario, if you are interested, please check with me. I will refer you to my colleagues. They are on site. I am part of the Center for Education and Training, the agency that administers the program, which is Career Loans. And in Ontario, it's called the Foreign Credential Recognition Program, which is similar to us, but they do a one-on-one in-person sessions. And if you are interested in Ontario, I can give you the information, no problem.
Okay, okay. So I hope, hopefully that answered the question. I'm not seeing any other question, but I have another question. So where you are mentioned that you belong to the government? Is that how the career loans belongs to the government, or is an independent company?
Career Loans is funded by the government of Canada, as I
Okay.
mentioned on the presentation, and the province of Saskatchewan and the province of Alberta provided the funds. Okay, so it's provincial and federal.
Okay.
So yes, it's the government of Canada that decided, you know what, we have a lot of international trained professionals that are newcomers, that the financial situation might not be in good place. They need career advice and they need guidance on how to navigate the application process so they can do this type of certifications or accreditations or move ahead in their careers of choice. And that's why we are in place.
Okay. Okay. That sounds very good, eh? Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know if does anybody has any question? I guess no, we don't have for now any other question. Claudia, I was wondering if you can provide us again your contact information if you want to share. So maybe all the participants can write your contact information, or
Yeah.
would you like that they contact me and then I'll share all your information, or they
I can show it in the screen right now. However,
okay.
feel free to connect with me directly. So let me see how we do this.
Okay, so there is again the contact information in Alberta. The name is Rodica.
Rodica Barbu, yes.
Okay. And
so for those that live, it happens a lot that some people live in Saskatchewan and wants to move to Alberta or vice versa. So again, as I mentioned at the beginning, we have the funding from both provinces and the government of Canada. So Rodica would be the person to get in touch, and it would be something easy to remember. Is info AB Alberta and info SK Saskatchewan at careerloans.ca. You can reach us through our toll-free number or through our cell number, whichever way. And then also please again follow us on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Twitter. We have a lot of good information on our website.
Okay, okay. Yeah, your website is careerloans.ca.
www.careerloans.ca, and our general email is info@careerloans.ca. However, if you want to touch base with, particularly with the province of Saskatchewan, so it would be info.sk, and or Alberta, info.alberta AB.
Okay, okay. So just another question, just those the interest rate it's kind of expensive, or it's what is the interest rate?
The interest rate is prime plus 2. So meaning prime is what all the banking institutions charge. That is 2% plus 2.45, which is the interest that HSBC charges. So in total, it would be 4.45.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And again, it goes up to 4 years, and usually people go for the highest amount because, of course, that's where you see the most benefit. You see that, you know, you have that opportunity that your interest rate is locked. It's not going to raise at any given time. So you have 4 years to pay for that. A question that I always have now, I remember, is how soon I have to start paying for my loan. Because it's a loan, it's a micro loan, and it goes through a financial institution. It's like any other loan. So you have to start paying after 30 days from the time that has been approved. Okay? So now the preparation process and submitting the application to the banking institution, all that could take easily from 4 to 6 to 8 weeks. Why? Because sometimes clients don't have all the information. The banking institution is asking to submit something else like pay stubs or proof that you are a resident of Saskatoon or Regina, just to give you some examples. Or they might ask particular questions. I don't go into that conversation because that's something that the financial advisor will discuss in private with my client.
Yes.
But I also ask always my clients how things are going, make sure that they keep connected with me, because I want to see what successes they are having along the way. If they need to have additional advice, because many times there are changes in life, right? And then sometimes maybe people lost jobs, or sometimes they got better jobs. So then I need to know these things. So it's good to know, because if you have a better job, great, you have a little bit more of income. If you have less money because your hours were reduced, or now you don't have a job for whatever reason, if COVID happens, so then what could be next? I always suggest make sure you have the communication channel open with the financial advisor. Is key. As long as you explain, as long as you keep up to date with the financial advisor in terms of all the changes that happens in your life, they are okay, they're pretty good at that. But if you don't inform me, if you don't call, so then you're gonna get into trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, that's so very interesting, eh? Yeah, it's very informative, all of this. Well, I'm thinking, so what if there is a person who is a newcomer and they probably just finished the 12th grade? Also, the person can apply for a loan, or is not?
Could you give me an example, Monica, so then I can
Well, let's say it's somebody who probably start some studies back home, let's say, and they never finish any degree, and it's incomplete. So the person can apply, or needs to be like showing a certificate from back home.
Yeah, they have to have a certificate, whatever sort of education from outside of Canada. A certification, a diploma, doesn't matter that it was done in a college or in an institute or university, as long as you had that education outside of Canada, that is not only high school. For tradespeople, is a bit different, because usually they might have certifications or diplomas. We also have international trained professionals that have bachelor's degree, for instance, engineers, mechanical engineers, and now they wanna do some sort of a trade working as design architects or something along the lines in the engineers. So there are choices in trades, but that's something that because it's also regulated through the apprenticeship program, is a different process. So certainly, you know, just reach out to us. We can guide you through that, give you the right information, and then we can discuss that too. We are always providing information, trying to find the best resources or guest speakers that talks about different industries and sectors. So we are going to have, actually this month, we are going to have in construction, we are going to have in online learning. Okay. So keep yourself tuned.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's so you are gonna post, I guess, in your webpage, in your Instagram, Facebook account. Okay,
yes.
okay, so yeah, we are gonna stay tuned.
And whoever is interested, Monica, whoever is interested in learning, or say, hey, Claudia, I'm interested in the construction webinar, whatever, all you need to do is to register with us first, and it's very easy through www.careerloans.ca. And from there, it takes 2 minutes to complete a registration, and then I will be able to send you the link.
Okay, okay, thank you, Claudia. I have a question. So for now, because the COVID, all your, supposedly if somebody wants to talk to you, you are managing via Zoom or via phone, right? It's not like in person.
Yes, and it's funny because people said, "Oh, where are you located in Saskatoon?" I said, "No, I am virtual because now it's even now actually it's pretty good because we are reaching out to little towns where people don't have enough communication or resources. So that's what this program is all about. That you get to learn about the benefits that you can have it for moving ahead in your profession. So. I have a couple of people like in Battleford and in Kennedy. There are some little towns that I have clients from that they reach out to us and they ask for the services, and everything can be done online. Everything is done online.
It's done online.
Yes. The only thing that you will be doing in person is when you see the financial advisor, because of course you have to provide documentation and you have to sign things, and that's something that it has to be done in person. So you will go and visit the branch that is closest to the closest city. If it's Regina, you are closer to Regina, so then you will go to either Saskatoon or Regina for the time being.
Oh, okay. So I guess in our case will be Saskatoon. It's our nearest.
Saskatoon.
Yes.
Exactly. And we are working hard, and the financial institution is working hard in trying to ease the process of documentation. But documentation is very sensible, right? And that's why we are all cautious, for signatures and all that. If you do a digital signature, they will have that available for some people that can make it for whatever reason, but not right now. They're working towards that. But most of people prefer to go in person. And I think it has a benefit because you have to meet anyhow in person the financial advisor. Doesn't matter what, you have to see the person alive, right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I am learning, and thank you. Yes, this is so very informative. Yes.
You're very welcome, and you have very good questions. And if more come up, please feel free. The audience, if you have any questions or you thought about whatever case, just please connect with me. I'll be happy to answer those, or through Monica. Monica will pass it on to me.
Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna ask. So somebody wants to ask a question to our participants. Well, I guess everybody's shy, or probably they are thinking about it. Yeah.
Nobody has questions? I guess we kind of provide in a way many answers to probably the most generic questions that people will have, right?
Yes.
I want to say something also that might be helpful for everyone. This is how I see when people say, Claudia, I don't have money for loans, and I do understand, I respect that, and trust me, I know I've been there because I constantly take courses and I am a person that loves learning constantly. Think of the training as an investment in your career, not as an expense. And also, I've seen clients that decide to go, okay, right away for his PMP, completed that, and now he has offers for a better job. If he didn't decide to do that and say, okay, no, I'm going to wait for another 4 or 5 or 7 months, so then maybe he couldn't get a job on that. So think about an investment that will be for your career life. It is a very, very important. With that in mind, you have to feel, you have to ensure that you are choosing the right thing as well, the right career that you are passionate about or that you have interest. Don't go into something that your friend is doing, or, oh, I got my friend that is a pharmacist and he's doing well, so I'm going to take this course. It doesn't work that way, okay? Because all of us are different. So please stay away from that mistake.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, sometimes we just don't think about it, right? And we need to think about a proper decision. Yes. And it's good that you also provide counseling. I mean, that also helps.
Yeah,
It's a new
absolutely.
country, and we don't know, I mean, what careers needs diplomas or certification. That is totally different.
Yeah. And sometimes people say, oh, I want to do another master's. It's all the experience that I have with clients that comes to my mind. I want to do another master's because maybe with that I will find a job. I would say not necessarily, okay? Because having another master on top of your other 2 masters or your PhD and master many times won't break the deal, okay? What is going to help you is what training is in demand right now to help me move forward with the skill set that I have. And then think about a possibility or alternative job that I could do. That is a feasible situation, right? But don't jump into spending another $40,000, $50,000, $80,000 in another master's degree and then at the end hoping that you're gonna get something. The key thing is to prepare well and to connect with service providers like yourself, Monica,
Yes.
that you will provide also the resources. It's extremely important that clients know how key is to connect with people, communicate constantly, volunteer wherever you can. You have to be very active out there in the community. Nothing is going to happen behind the computer, okay? You just have to go outside and do things, and prove, and so people can get to see you every day. If you're a volunteer that comes every week to the hospital, people get to know you. So that's how you're going to start building up relationships. Also, there are mentoring programs that could be available for many newcomers that probably, Monica, you know about that.
Yeah.
So that's the type of assistance that you need. Have a good resume in place. It's not that, oh, you did it once or your employment counselor helped you and that's all you need to do. No. Every time that you're applying for something or whatever level, you have to think about what is the value that I bring for this position that I'm intending to apply, and what type of industry is this, and how I can expand on my skill set and I can help the company make money. Okay, so if you have that in mind, so then you know you make the match and then you feel more comfortable about why you want to apply for this position. Don't apply on whatever for the heck of applying. Of course, if you need a survival job for now, it's just to help you to pay for the bills and you continue with your objective. But I'm talking specifically about your career goal, okay?
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for that advice. Yes, I guess everybody are learning. Yes, thank you
I
very
hope
much.
so, I hope so. You know, the main purpose is just be mindful that it's not a shortcut. There is not a shortcut, okay? Always the path goes with many ups and downs, hills, waves. You never know when, the main thing is to be informed, to know the resources, to be connected, and do whatever it takes to improve yourself. You are the one driving the truck, nobody else. As I said to my clients always, you are the one moving to the right or to the left, but if you don't move it, nothing is going to happen. So you can't blame anybody, just yourself. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely, yes. And also, I guess it's happened that probably there is some clients that have the job, right? Like, but they need the certificate. So I guess in that situation also you can help, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Some of them, I have, for instance, a person that is in logistics, and he want to complete a supply chain designation. So he's about to finish, and he's doing it online. First because of the COVID, but also because the program has the option of doing online. And he has a part-time job as well because he has to pay the bill. So he's moving along and he's about to finish. So he's very excited. He did the research in terms of what positions are available in Saskatoon for logistics. So he has all research and laid out. So, and he's working in expanding his network of contacts. So he's doing whatever it takes. So that's what I mean. It's an intense work. It doesn't happen overnight, but make sure that you do whatever it takes to move ahead in your career.
Yes, that's true. Well, thank you very much for all the information.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know. I don't have any more questions. I don't know if all the participants, if somebody wants to ask. No, we don't have nobody.
No, we don't?
No,
okay.
We don't. Okay, so would you want to add something else, Claudia?
Well, what else can I add that I haven't mentioned? That keep yourself motivated, organize, have a discipline. The job search process is an intense process and your career is important. So if, again, as I said at the beginning, if you can become a doctor for whatever reason, because life happens to all of us, so then think about plan B, plan C, plan D, so you don't feel frustrated. And then you have options. Remember that you always have options, so be smart about it. And if A doesn't work, okay, work on plan B and do whatever it takes to move ahead, okay?
Okay. Okay, thank you, Claudia. Well, I guess we give the opportunity that somebody asks questions, and nobody want to ask questions. So, okay, I'm just gonna one more time. If somebody wants to contact direct Claudia, she already shared her information. But if somebody wants to contact me, I also can provide Claudia's information. I'm just gonna repeat the website is www.careerloans.ca. And also you can find all the information and the contact information on the webpage. Okay, so I guess we are gonna finish. Nobody, I'm just giving the opportunity if somebody wants to ask. No. Okay, so I guess thank you, Claudia, for all the information, for being here, for your time. I myself, I learned, and thank you for. It's very important to keep motivated. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Monica. Thank you for the invitation, and I wish the best to all participants, and to all of you out there, participants. Remember that there is always help out there. You just need to find the resources and people like Monica and myself that are available and willing to guide you through the process of finding what is the best choice in your career in Canada.
Okay, well, so see you next time, Claudia.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And bye, everyone. Have a wonderful career ahead of you. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Claudia.
You're welcome.